What's up, everyone? I'm here. We got a great guest, the 120-pound showcase champion out of Berlin, Connecticut, two-time Connecticut place winner, two-time New England qualifier, Mason Arborio. Mason, how we doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great, dude. Hyped to have you on the show. Like I said, showcase place winner, a couple other great accolades, man. It's great to have you here.
Of course. Glad to be here.
So, like I said, we're going to start talking about your youth days first, take you back, dig deep in the memories. So how old were you when you first stepped on the mat?
So all started back in second grade when we were at the dinner table with my brother, and he just wanted me to do it, and I did it. And I started wrestling at Minutemen Youth Club, which is a club in my town.
Gotcha. And that's in Berlin, obviously, right? And is Minutemen still around?
Yeah, it's still around, actually. So I go there every once in a while and practice and talk to coaches and everything. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you said it all started, when your brother mentioned it at the dinner table, I assume. How many brothers do you have? Is it just Nick or?
I have two, yeah, but Nick was the main one. He was the wrestler that kind of introduced me to this wonderful sport.
Yeah, and would you say he was one of your role models, while you were in youth competing, seeing your older brother?
Of course, yeah. I mean, both my brothers had a big role in my life. I mean, I was more soccer back then, believe it or not. So, wow. I mean, both played a big role in my life and inspired me to be who I am today.
And do you still play soccer to this day?
Not anymore. I recently stopped playing last year. I wanted to dedicate my time to wrestling.
Nice, dude. Nice. Mm-hmm. So, what was Did wrestling come easy to you, or was it a tricky sport? Were you one of those kids that were like, oh, I hate this workout,
physically, it kind of came a little bit natural. I've always had that of physical capabilities, but mentally I struggled a lot. And that's one thing I kind of worked on a lot during high school, and even this year is a main thing, I mean, a lot of athletes say it's 90% mental and 10% physical. And I didn't really realize that up and coming till now. And that's stuff I struggled with at youth. My losses, really got to my head, and even last year. But definitely something I've been working on a lot. And yeah.
Definitely I could see, little kids getting mad when they take a loss, especially if it's controversial. But like you said, it's very important to be able to have that mental aspect of the game locked down.
Mm-hmm.
So what were some of your favorite youth memories? Any, big placings, any big matches, if you remember?
Yeah, so I remember I took a little leap year. I wrestled second grade, then didn't wrestle till fifth grade, and then did fifth, sixth, and seventh. But I remember one of my favorite memories was in seventh grade. It was my fifth place match. If I placed, I would go to New England's. If I didn't, then I wouldn't go to New England's. It was overtime. And I remember getting that takedown and just going over and running to my coach, Coach Fred, and just give him a big hug. Just wonderful memory. Just inspires you to be great, and definitely love that. I also remember wrestling my brother a lot, which is always get my butt kicked, but that's where the fun is. It makes you the best wrestler you can.
Dude, I'm the same way. My brother got me into wrestling, and I can't count on, any amount of hands, how many times he whooped me.
Mm-hmm. All the bananas.
Did you say banana split?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God, dude. You just brought back dangerous flashbacks for me.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned, you got the takedown in overtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was that, just a classic double? Do you remember, or did you have like a favorite move you'd hit back in the day?
It was kind of just like, the youth special, just kind of getting the legs and kind of just sprint through. But I had, youth special, just go for it and send it. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so kind of just sent it.
And so kind of in that transition period of middle school to high school, were you nervous at all, going, to the high school level and facing older kids and such?
I mean, of course, I was always on the smaller side. That's one thing I worried about. I was extremely skinny in elementary school. It's one of the reasons why I started working out, to try to put on a little size. But I mean, obviously the nerves were a big part of it, but I knew that I put in the work, and I knew that I earned where I am today. And that if I just kept working and specialize my craft, I would be great.
Did you have any specific goals heading into your freshman year? Just placing at CCCs or anything, or? See, I didn't have a season freshman year. That was more kind of COVID. So that
that was a very big setback. That was
Just
kind
right
of,
away, you were like, yeah, you were in that mindset of like, okay, scrap it,
yeah. It was a little disappointing. Can't change the past, so I kind of just kept on moving forward. And my goal was to actually just place in states and make it state opens. But obviously, I over succeeded in that goal sophomore year.
And you're a high school kid. You got parties, relationships, all that. What do you do to like keep your head on straight so you don't get pressured by all these outside distractions?
I would definitely say the friends you hang around with. I definitely think that's a big influence. If your friends got common goals and things they want to succeed in, it definitely helps in aiding your goals and accomplishments. Like a lot of times, my friends and I go on hikes and everything to kind of clear the mind. And I don't really party a lot. My goal is kind of set on wrestling and try to accomplish all I can and succeed. Work hard now and struggle now in order to succeed later. It's what I'm all about. It's stay focused. My friends and I, we're good.
Yeah, like you said, you have those common goals. You all work together. Work with each other. I'm sure only success comes out of that.
Of course, yeah.
So, in the off season, what are some of your favorite things you do to level up your game? Whether it's like a specific tournament or event you go to every year, a specific camp. You have any of those?
I would definitely just say getting the 1v1 one-on-ones with coaches and wrestlers, kind of getting their perspective on the sport, and definitely dialing on little details and moves and everything. Because I feel like that's where the most work I need to do is in like the small details and how to get those better to make overall wrestling better. But yeah, I definitely say the one-on-ones with coaches and wrestlers definitely helps me the most.
Yeah, it definitely helped you a little bit because heading into your sophomore year, sadly you lost the CCC finals to Ben, but
yep.
Bounced back pretty well, winning Class M's the next weekend. So how did it feel to, take the loss one week and next week have a phenomenal tournament, win gold?
It was definitely a rush, coming out of CCCs, I'm not gonna lie, I was mentally defeated a little bit, but Ben's an amazing wrestler. We still train to this day, and he earned it. And kind of just refreshed my brain, worked on what I did wrong, and it was very satisfying getting that state dub. I was very, very happy. If you want to go back and watch the match, you could tell it was definitely inspiration. Helped a lot after the CCCs. Kept my mind clear.
And you said, it was your goal just to make it to opens. Like you said, you over succeeded that right away, and you placed at opens too, even. Although it was only fifth, you made it to New England's, but did that leave you, hungry for more now knowing, you had a taste of that podium in the state?
Oh, of course. One of the favorite things my brother and I say is never satisfied. No matter what win, no matter what loss I get, never satisfied. You got to keep achieving more and going for more. And that's just been my mind ever since. I've always been reaching for more. And that's what kind of keeps me going throughout all of this, my whole career.
I assume it's, probably a similar answer to the question if I asked, after a 1 and 2 performance at New England's that year, that was just fuel to the fire.
Of course, yeah. It definitely, that was one of my mental things, struggled mentally, but, I built it back up. I'm better now. And, just seeing my performance at New England's sophomore year and junior year, I just want more. I'm going to get more this year. That's my goal.
Hell yeah. And so your junior year, were you injured for CCCs?
Yeah, I did have a shoulder injury, but I recovered pretty quickly. I didn't let that stop me. Didn't use it as a excuse to not do good.
How much time did you miss from junior year? Was it just the tournament, or was it local?
Yeah, it was it's my shoulder, but I'm good now.
That's good. So, Class M again, junior year. Sadly, you just ran into now Harvard wrestler Isaiah Adams. But, what are you going to do? So what did you do to prep yourself for the state open the next weekend after that,
I just
joined practices with any joined practices?
For state opens?
Yeah.
No, we had a couple kids go, so I wrestled the kids we had at Berlin. And rule where we can't really wrestle other kids from other places at clubs. But again, I kind of just, it sucked. But the sunrise the next day, I kind of just moved on and had my mind set on another goal. So.
And then, tough 113 bracket the next week. You placed fifth again. So, how did that How'd that feel? Just getting the same spot
Um,
on the podium second year in a row. Hate to
definitely,
bring it up, but
I definitely hurt, but at the end of the day, like, I mean, it kind of just helped me realize what I really needed to work on. I mean, I had a really tough semi match against a very talented kid, and it just opened my eyes. I need to focus a little bit more on what I'm doing and calm down and just know that it's a sport. It's a game, and I love the game. Don't get me wrong; it's a wonderful game, wrestling. But I just got to learn how to have fun. It's one of the things I've been doing. Just have fun and enjoy it, because many people don't get the opportunity to step on the mat.
very true.
Mm-hmm.
And then New England's, start off hot, won your first 2 matches, then ran into Adams again, and then took another loss to another Connecticut wrestler, Braylon Gonzalez. But now you had those 2 matches over out-of-state kids. Only losses were to in-state kids. And heading into the showcase, you beat a couple Massachusetts Hammers. So what's your mindset heading into this upcoming season? Where do you feel like your only competition is really yourself, or you looking out for any other wrestlers in your weight?
I mean, not at all. I mean, I haven't really gotten to experience many other mass Vermont kids. Obviously, like you said, I absolutely lost to some Connecticut kids. But I mean, yeah, the greatest challenge would be just overcoming my mind. It's one of the things I struggled with. But overall, I mean, I've strengthened a lot. You saw in the New England Showcase that I was smiling the whole match. I was having fun, and that's what it's all about. I mean, I enjoy it now. I enjoy it much more. And like you said, I definitely think myself was the biggest challenge, but I fixed it now. I'm good now.
Good. So going into senior year, are you looking at any schools and anything?
I got a couple. I'm keeping my options open. I want to become
Western New England?
Western New England?
Yeah.
See, I would love to. I've talked to the coach a lot, but sadly they don't have a nursing program.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's one of the careers, actually the career I want to become, and I want to become a nurse. And it was a tough choice, but he was very nice to me. I'm just keeping my options open. Don't know where I'm going to go.
It's really awesome, that you want to get into that, and you're willing to sacrifice not wrestling at that program because they don't have what you want to do in the future. You kind of goes back to keeping your head on straight and your priorities. You have that plan for yourself, and
yep.
You want to stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's talk about the showcase a little bit. What are your thoughts on it?
So I kind of just went in there with an open mind. My coach, Coach Jack, definitely just says go out there and have fun. It's not an actual season yet; it's preseason. Just the best matches always the most challenging ones, and I first very good kids. Very talented, did very good in New England's, and those matches are the most fun. Although I struggled a little bit in my first one, a very good wrestler almost came back.
Yeah.
And moved on to my next one, left that one in the past, and just wrestled my heart out. But the showcase was definitely surprising. I never really thought I'd make it that far, but I did. And once I got there, I kind of had to clear my head. I take walks often during the tournaments in order to just get my head straight. But yeah, it's definitely a very good tournament. Loved it. It's very well run.
Thank you. Well run. Nice. So going into that first match you had with Lucier, the final score I think was like 12-10 or something like that. Did you go into that match planning on scoring a lot of points, or did it just work out like that?
I mean, of course I did. I'm going in there to win, just like the kid I'm versing, and it's a battle. And I mean, yeah, I just was going in to score, going in to do the best I can, and the outcome worked in my favor.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So in the finals, when you were going up against Emmett Logan, New England runner-up at 106, take me through your pre-match routine. Did you do anything different, or do you just have the same pre-match routine no matter who you're facing?
So the one thing I kind of changed is instead of, walking around, I'm a very big walker. I walk like 30 minutes pacing back and forth. That's something I kind of changed. I settled down, waited like 10 matches before, taking deep breaths, went on a little walk, just trying to enjoy a little bit more, not so much hyping myself out, stressing myself out. And I even noticed that like I need to sometimes put my headphones down and just listen to silence and just dial in on what I'm doing and just know that like it's a match and I'm going there to have fun. I'm going there against a good wrestler.
Yeah.
To win.
And you did just that.
Hmm.
So after winning the showcase and beating two New England placers, you feeling confident heading into high school season?
Oh, of course. I mean, like I said many times, they're very good wrestlers. It's very, very uplifting, I would say. But I know I've been working hard the off season and I've been putting in a lot of work. So, I mean, at the end of the day, my mindset didn't really change that much. I knew that, I've earned it just like everyone else being there and everyone else who won, and that, you know, now it's time for the season, time to show my true capabilities.
Definitely. Last thing I want to ask you, Mason, is would you compete in another Schwartz Report event?
I don't see why not. It was a good tournament. I loved it. Very good competition, and I just loved it. I really liked how it showed how important New England's is, and how good all the wrestlers are, and it just brought in a lot of wrestlers, good ones, and I just think it's very good, beneficial to New England.
Perfect. Is there anything else you want to touch on or talk about?
Not really, no. I mean, we hit all the nails today, and I think it was just a very good discussion.
Perfect, dude. Mason, it was great talking to you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Again, congrats on winning the showcase, and I'm sure everyone's excited to see you on the mat this winter.
Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah. I can't wait for the season. I've been working day and night for this. Got some big goals, and I don't know, it'd be great.